Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. It's an evening ball game tonight. I'm Wally Harmon, alongside my producer and wife, Jerry. We're live here at Hendrickson High School. Battle of District 23 unbeatens. The Hendrickson Hawks welcome in your Georgetown Eagles tonight. Both teams sit at 3-0 in District 23 standings. They are the lone undefeateds. Conley sits at 2-1. Elgin, Eastview, Cedar Creek, and Pflugerville all at 1-2. And the Bastrop Bears at 0-3. But the tale of the two teams tonight, Hendrickson comes in 16-8 on the year, and Georgetown comes in 17-6. Georgetown basketball is brought to you by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln of Georgetown and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your sole sponsors of Georgetown Eagle basketball and the first responder broadcast team. We thank you, Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. A beautiful night for basketball because we're indoors. It is a cold one outside as the temperatures continue to play around here in this area. The cold front coming in this weekend, and so bundle up, get the firewood in. But I tell you what, it's nice and toasty here inside the gymnasium here at Hendrickson High School. Both teams finishing up their warm-ups here in the pregame. Georgetown in the road blacks, Hendrickson in the home whites for tonight's ball game. Hendrickson 16-8, 3-0 in district play. Georgetown 17-6. They come in on a 7-game win streak. District 23 games on Friday night. Georgetown was victorious over Elgin 70-57. Hendrickson beat Pflugerville 63-42. Eastview took care of Bastrop 81-37. And Conley beat Cedar Creek 67-52. Other matchups here in District 23 tonight. Eastview's on the road at Pflugerville. Elgin on the road at Cedar Creek, and Conley is down to take on the Bastrop Bears in Bastrop, Texas. The next games you'll hear and see for District 23 will be Friday night after this one. Cedar Creek will come into Georgetown on Friday night. Hendrickson will be at Eastview. Pflugerville will be at Conley, and Bastrop will be at Elgin. And so all those games at 7 o'clock. Outside of the Bastrop games, they all seem to be listed about 7:30 p.m. starts. And so we will be on the air Friday night live from Georgetown High School. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first tip-off for that ball game. Is it scheduled? Obviously, just so I reiterate it and let you guys know, it all happens as soon as the JV game ends before us. This one is a good one tonight. JV for Georgetown won it 51-48 over the Hendrickson Hawk JV team. A good ball game that came down to the end. And the Eagles pulled that one out, and now the two varsity teams getting ready to go. The Hendrickson Hawks head coach, Keenan Dvorak, assistant coaches, Seth Cross, Mel Sipp, and Jeff Trevelyan. Hendrickson High School sits down the road at Pflugerville, Texas, 17.8 miles away south of Georgetown in the Pflugerville ISD. The enrollment for Pflugerville, 2,108 students. Superintendent Pflugerville ISD, Douglas Killian, the principal here at Hendrickson, is Michael Greb. The starting lineup for the Hendrickson Hawks tonight as chosen by head coach Keenan Dvorak and his staff. At guard, a 6'2 senior, number 0, Clint Smith. At guard, a 5'7 junior, number 3, Trey Williams. At guard, a 6'5 junior, number 4, Chider Ukachukwu. And that's going to make it, it's going to be hard to say. I'm going to try to get it right. Ukachukwu. He is the starting guard forward. At guard, a 6' senior, number 5, Spencer DiStefano. And at forward, a 6'2 sophomore, number 10, Maddox Quiller. So you'll have Smith, Williams, Ukachukwu, DiStefano, and Quiller, the starting lineup for the Hendrickson Hawks tonight. Your Georgetown Eagles are head coached. Their head coach is David Canfield in his 7th season here at Georgetown. The assistant coach is Peter Stackman, Kyle Gandy, Brad Bresnahan. The Eagles on a tear. They have a 7-game win streak going here as they come into Hendrickson tonight. The superintendent, Georgetown ISD, Dr. Devin Pattaville. Principal at Georgetown High School, Brian Johnson. Athletic director is Jason Dean. Athletic coordinator for Georgetown High School boys sports is Chuck Griffin. Athletic trainers, Chad Hennessy, Vanessa Rideau. Student trainers, Aaliyah Diaz and Harley Jones. Student assistants, Lucas Reichlich and Michael Lawrence. The Georgetown Eagles in the road blacks, gray numerals, gray lettering across the front of the jerseys in the black jersey tops and the black shorts. The Hendrickson Hawks in the white bottoms, white tops with the navy blue and gray piping on the sides of the shorts and the neck and shoulders of the jerseys. And Hawks in capital block print lettering across the front of the jerseys in navy blue, along with the navy blue numbers on the front and back of the jerseys. EFND in capital block print letters across the front of your Georgetown Eagle uniforms here tonight in their road blacks. We'll turn our attention down to the floor as we get ready for the national anthem. And we'll see what they're going to do now if they're doing starting lineups of their national anthem first. So it looks like they're recognizing, I think, Little League basketball here tonight. Middle school basketball here tonight. It's across the way. Sorry about that. They're recognizing a couple of the middle schools that feed into Hendrickson High School as well. And so we will go to the national anthem, and we'll be right back. Live, Hendrickson High School, Georgetown being introduced right now. The starting lineup for Georgetown tonight stays the same. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 1, Q Presley. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 13, Kai Canfield. At forward, a 6'2" senior, a 6'1" senior, number 21, Cooper Christensen. At wing, a 6'6" junior, number 25, Ryan Dupre. And the man in the middle to start it out, the 6'9" junior post, number 44, Evan Mayhew. So the Eagles will go with Presley, Canfield, Christensen, Dupre, and Mayhew to start out the ball game. The Hendrickson Hawks being introduced right now. We'll go to the PA announcer, see if we can pick this up for you. So the Georgetown Eagles and the Hendrickson Hawks getting ready to do battle here. District 23 play, both sit at 3-0 in the district. The winner tonight stays in first place all alone, and the loser will drop back in the pack into the second slot. They could either be tied with Conley or stand alone in second place, depending on how Conley does tonight. Conley is down at Bastrop, so you expect that they will get the win there. So Conley should move to 3-1, and that will tie one of these teams up with Conley for second place in the district. The jump will come between Ukachukwu and Mayhew. Mayhew tips it back into the hands of Ryan Dupre. And the Eagles have it to start the ball game. Q Presley, right wing, up to Dupre on the right wing. Up top, Canfield holds it there against Clint Smith. Off a high screen, switch there to Ukachukwu. Kick it out to Cooper Christensen, but he had cut back door down the baseline. And that one gets turned over by the Eagles. Back to the Hawks now with 7:44 left here in the first quarter. Hendrickson will have their first possession. Smith inbounds it to Williams. He'll bring it up the floor for the Hendrickson Hawks. As he crosses the midcourt line, he'll be picked up by Q Presley on the right side. Across the top, gets a high screen from Quiller. Now gives it off into DiStefano. Swing it around. Ukachukwu on the left wing. He looks to drive baseline. Does. He'll lay it up and in. Ukachukwu gets the first bucket of the night and a 2-0 lead for the Hawks. Q Presley skipping over to Dupre, right side. He'll go from the right block, lay it up and in. Nope, it does not go in, but he'll draw the foul. That'll be on Maddox Quiller, the 6'2 sophomore. That'll be Quiller's first personal foul, first team foul, and that'll send Ryan Dupre to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Dupre's first free throw on the way is nothing but net. So Georgetown on the board now, 2-1. Hendrickson leads it here. Here in the first quarter, 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. Second free throw is swish as well for Ryan Dupre, and he ties it up at 2 apiece here early in the ball game. Hendrickson down across the timeline. Williams to Ukachukwu, left wing into the hands of DiStefano. Drops it down low to Quiller on the baseline. He'll go up against Mayhew. Throws it up, too strong. Canfield with the rebound. Here come the Eagles. Canfield across the timeline. Dribbles right side. And now he'll stop and pop an 8 to 10 footer. It's good. Kai Canfield's first 2 points of the ball game. And the Eagles take the 4-2 lead. Quickly back down. DiStefano, right baseline, fires the 3. It's off the iron. No good. Dupre runs the rebound down. Kicks it ahead to Q Presley. And he's undercut by Williams, and they're calling for the traveling violation. He was unable to get the dribble down as they kind of collided there. So another turnover on the Eagles. Ball back over to Hendrickson with 6:38 remaining first quarter. Trey Williams will bring it across the timeline for the Hawks. Right wing. Quiller has it there. Up top to DiStefano. Left wing, Ukachukwu. He'll dribble to the middle of the key. Kick it out. Clint Smith, right wing 3, fired up. Too long, no good. Ryan Dupre with the rebound for the Eagles. He'll slow it down with 6:15 remaining first quarter. Kick it ahead to Q Presley, right wing. Steps around Williams and all the way in. But that shot's blocked out of bounds by Quiller. So Georgetown will inbound with 6:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Leading by 2, 4-2. Christensen to inbound on the baseline under the Eagle basket. Looks to get it in. Throws it in deep to Presley. Back to Christensen. He'll dribble back towards the wing. Gives it off to Q. Q up top to Canfield. Left wing into the hands of Cooper Christensen. Covered tightly there by DiStefano. Christensen dribbles into the lane. Lowers the shoulder. Throws a shot up. No good. Rebound batted free into the hands of Williams. And here come the Hawks. Williams pushes to the right side. Outside the three-point line to a cutting DiStefano. He'll stop there. Back it out. Back to Williams. Right wing, back to DiStefano. He'll fake, drive down the baseline, tries to skip it up top and does to Williams. He'll take an NBA Steph Curry 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Q Presley, and here come the Eagles. 5:35 remaining, first quarter. Presley to a cutting Evan Mayhew. Right block, lays it up, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, puts it up off the glass, and good. Evan Mayhew, his first 2 points of the ball game, and the Eagles lead it 6-2. Trey Williams across the timeline for Hendrickson. Dribbles towards the top, kicks it over to Ukachukwu on the left wing. Now over to Clint Smith. He'll dribble up top, give it off to Williams on the left wing, and he tries to go to Quiller. Quiller was looking away, and a turnover on the Hawks. Georgetown will get it back. 5 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 6-2, Georgetown the early lead. Q Presley will get the inbound pass, covered full court by Williams. Presley across the timeline. Throws it to Dupre on the right wing. He'll take it, and he drives. He's tripped, no call. But the ball is ripped out of bounds off of Smith's leg. So the Eagles will get the ball back. As the first 2 subs come to the ball game, a 6'3 senior, number 13, Amir Thompson, and a 6'4 senior, number 15, King Carter, check in for the Hawks. So Thompson and Carter check in for Quiller and DiStefano. Cooper Christensen inbounds to a cutting Canfield. He'll dribble out of trouble to the right elbow in the middle of the lane and lays it up too short into the rim. Rebound Ukachukwu gives it off to Amir Thompson down to the free throw line. Stop and pop the jumper, no good. Mayhew had the rebound, tipped out from Ukachukwu. And now Williams back to Clint Smith. Deep 3, left wing. It's off the iron, no good. And a long rebound by Carter. But that's due to the foul that he committed. He pushed off Q Presley. That's the first foul on Carter, second team foul on the Hawks. And Georgetown gets it back with 4:36 remaining. Canfield inbounds to Presley. Full court coverage, man-to-man here for the Hawks. Williams on Presley. Another reach in, no foul called. Presley picks up his dribble, has to get rid of it, does to Canfield. Top of the key, back right wing to Presley. He'll fire a right wing three. Off the iron, no good. Tracked down by Williams for the Hawks. He'll dribble up past the timeline, 4:15 remaining. Tries to hit Carter, it's off his head. And there's another reach-in foul where Williams collides into Presley. No foul call, but they'll give it back to Georgetown off the touch as Landry Bullion and Charles Johnson check in for the first time in the ballgame for the Georgetown Eagles, along with number 1, that's Chris Davis for the Hawks. Clint Smith will check out with Davis checking in. 4:08 left here, first quarter, as Presley crosses the timeline, gives it off to Canfield. Dupre, right wing. They'll call him for a shuffle of the feet as he took off before the dribble, and now another substitution for the Hawks. It's going to be number 12, Tristan Thomas, the 5'10 sophomore. Landry Bullion, the 6'3 senior, wears number 2, the 6'2 senior, number 3, Charles Johnson. They both check in for the Eagles. Thomas across the timeline, right wing, up top to Carter. Carter will give it off to Amir Thompson off a screen. Amir Thompson kicks it out. Ukachukwu dribbles off a screen, up top, now into the hands of Davis. He'll fire the left wing three. Too strong. The rebound tip from Presley into the hands of Dupre. And the Eagles have it with 3:35 remaining, first quarter. 6-2 the score. Georgetown by 4. Dupre across the timeline. Skips it over to Johnson on the right wing into the hands of Q Presley. He'll drive the baseline from the right block. Puts it up. Can't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul. And so that'll send Q Presley to the free throw line. The foul's on number 1. That's on Davis, his first, team third for the Hendrickson Hawks. And Q Presley to the free throw line for the first time in the ball game for the Eagles. First free throw off the back iron, no good. 3:27 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown the 6-2 lead. As Q fires the second free throw, no good. The rebound tip from Presley to Bullion, and Presley will get an 18-foot attempt. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound tip by Canfield, but into the hands of Davis, and here come Thomas, and here come the Hawks. Ahead to Davis, right wing. He'll back it out. Now up top to Thomas. Hawks reset with 3:10 remaining, first quarter. Right wing into the hands of Amir Thompson. Thompson looking low for Carter, can't get it to him. Swing it over. Thomas now to Thompson, top of the key. Now the switch there gets Canfield back on Davis. Looking low for Carter on Bullion. Runs over him, dropped the shoulder, and that's the second foul on Carter. 14th foul. Great defense there by Landry Bullion. Second foul on Carter will draw a quick sub from Coach Dvorak. Number 35, Evan Millard, checks into the ball game for the Hawks. As Q Presley will bring it across the timeline, covered by Davis. Stops at the top of the key, backs out the dribble, 2:45 remaining. Ryan Dupre, right wing, picks up the dribble, swings it to Presley, left wing. Now to up top to Landry Bullion. Over to Dupre on the right wing, on Millard to the right baseline, picks up the dribble, skip pass over to Johnson, but it's off his hands, out of bounds, turnover on the Eagles. And the Hawks get the ball back with 2:31 remaining here in the first quarter. Davis will inbound to Thomas. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Davis goes left wing into the hands of Ukachukwu. He'll drive. He pushes off. They're going to call the block there on Charles Johnson. I'm not sure how, as Ukachukwu dropped the shoulder and threw the elbow. But that'll be the first foul on Johnson. First team foul on the Eagles with 2:21 remaining. Thomas to inbound. Tries to go up top. Canfield had it. Was pulled down by Davis. Davis comes away with the ball. Looks to drive on Canfield. Right elbow. Now the middle of the lane. Throws up a runner and gets the kind roll. And that'll be first bucket for Davis. 6-4. Georgetown with a 2-point lead. 2:05 remaining in the quarter. Presley, right wing. Picks up his dribble. Gets it down to Dupre. Right baseline. Quick fire the three. God! Ryan Presley knocks down his first, Ryan Dupre knocks down his first three-pointer of the ball game. And a 9-4 lead for Georgetown. Amir Thompson looks to drive, steps around, throws one up off the glass. The bank is open, and Amir Thompson, his first two, makes it 9-6. Quickly back down, Q Presley, right wing, covered by Thompson. Goes up top to Canfield, left wing to Bullion. Covered by Millard, up top to Johnson, swing it over to Presley. Ball tip free, Presley tracks it down, now to Canfield on the right wing. Covered tightly by Davis. On the switch, NBA 3, right wing by Canfield. Can't get it to go. Rebound for the Hawks. Here comes Davis across the timeline, and then a reach-in foul there on Charles Johnson. They'll call it on him, his second team foul on the Eagles. 1:16 remaining, and now another sub for the Hawks. Mayhew and Christensen back in for Presley and Johnson. For the Hawks comes in number 11. That's Julian Esparza. Up top, Thomas has it for the Hawks. Right wing into the hands of Davis. Davis holds up top. Esparza, left wing, Millard. Millard into the right elbow, drives down, runs over Bouillon, and they'll call the foul on Millard. That'll be his first personal foul, 15th foul. Player control foul, won't get the free throws here for the Eagles, but the rest of the last minute and 1 second of the quarter, the Eagles will go to the line on any more fouls. 1 minute left first quarter, 1 minute. 9-6 your score, Georgetown by 3. Canfield in the backcourt, covered tightly by Davis. Tries to cross over. Davis the reach-in, gets the steal and the bucket. And Davis now with 4 points in the ball game. 9-8, Georgetown by 1. Canfield to the left wing. Doubled up there, gives it off to Dupre. Right baseline three, fired off the rim, no good. Mayhew saves it into Christensen. He'll go up. He can't get the bucket to go, but he'll draw the foul. That'll send Bouillon to the free throw line. The foul is on number 12. That's on Thomas, his first personal foul. And Evan Mayhew to the free throw line for the 1-1 to Georgetown. 34.83 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Christensen to the free throw line, not Mayhew. I apologize. Christensen's first free throw is good. 10-9 now. Eagles lead it. Christensen's second free throw rattles in, and a 3-point lead for the Eagles as Cooper knocks down both free throws. 11-8. Quickly down across. Thomas to the right wing. Into the hands of Esparza. Up top, Amir Thompson over to Millard, left side into the hands of Davis. 23 seconds remaining. Thompson on the left wing. Looks to drive, cuts off, gives it over to Thomas. Now to Esparza on the right baseline. Esparza looks to drive on Bouillon, cut off. 14 seconds remaining. Trapped in the corner. Gives it into Amir Thompson, splits defenders, can't get it to go. And Bouillon got the rebound. It's over to Canfield with 6 seconds remaining. Canfield skips it ahead. Cooper Christensen, left wing. He'll spot, hit a quick three, no go. Evan Mayhew had the putback, fouled from behind, but no call there on Millard. And the first period comes to an end. 11-8 your score. Georgetown leads by 3 after 1. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues on SHN in just a minute. For quarter number 2, Georgetown and Hendrickson. 11-8, Georgetown leads by 3 after 1. Hawks have it to start the second quarter. Davis on the left wing, kicks it out. Amir Thompson drives baseline. He'll stop, kick it out. Millard fakes the shot, drives baseline, picks up his dribble. Kicks it back up top to Amir Thompson, left wing. 7:35 remaining first half. Thompson will back it out near half court, reset the offense. Over to Davis on the left wing. Dribbles against Christensen. Back up top to Thomas. Millard left wing. He'll take the three. It's off the back iron, no good. Q Presley high for the rebound for the Eagles. 7:15 remaining in the second quarter. Presley across the timeline, covered by Thomas. The little floater in from the left elbow. Is Presley knocked down, no call. Rebound to Esparza, he kicks it ahead. Davis, left wing all the way in. The floater over Mayhew, no good. Mayhew gets the rebound for the Eagles. Kicks it out to Christensen. And now Cooper will have the ball in the backcourt, covered by Davis. Gets across the timeline, middle of the floor. Goes left wing to Charles Johnson. Now to Presley on the left baseline. Q into Mayhew at the left elbow. He'll spin into the lane. Now baseline, hits it to a cutting Bullion. What a beautiful pass and what a beautiful layup. Landry Bullion gets the 2. Evan Mayhew with the assist. And the Eagle lead is up to 5. 13-8, 6.5 minutes remaining. Esparza up top, looks to drive. Can't do it, cuts it over to Davis on the left wing for the Hawks. Now up top, Amir Thompson off a screen. Splits defenders, the little jump stop, no good. Mayhew tips it to Bullion, throw ahead to Presley, and Q will lay it up and in. Nice breakout there by Q. He gets his first 2 of the half. And the Eagles lead up to 7. Davis, left wing, right wing to Esparza. He'll get a high screen towards the top of the key, dribbles there. Now back, picks up the dribble to a back cut to Thompson. He'll try to go up on a floater and does. Over Mayhew, beautiful floater there by Amir Thompson. He now has 4 in the ball game. It's a 5-point lead for Georgetown. Presley across the timeline, covered by Thompson. He'll go left wing to Christensen. Up top to Johnson, right wing Presley. Q holds there against Esparza. Up top to Christensen. Cooper looks to drive to the right block, puts one up off the glass, can't get it to go. Esparza with the rebound, and here come the Hawks with 5.5 minutes remaining, second quarter. Thomas will back it out, right baseline, into Amir Thompson at the right block, spins baseline, jump shot up, no good. Rebound tip free into the hands of Thompson. He'll put one up, can't get it to go, but he'll draw the first foul of the ball game on the quarter for the Eagles. They're going to call it on Charles Johnson. That's his 3rd personal. He seemed to be the innocent party there. I thought they would get Evan Mayhew with it. They're going to call it on Johnson. So Amir Thompson to the free throw line for the 2 shots. 5:17 remaining, second quarter. 15-10, Georgetown by 5. Thompson's first free throw on the way. Rattles it in. Canfield and Dupre check back into the ball game for the Eagles. Number 4 and number 2 for the Hawks. Number 2 is Jaden Smith, the 5'11 senior. Number 4, Ukachukwu, back into the ball game for Hendrickson. Thompson's second free throw, no good. Dupre with the rebound for the Eagles. He'll bring it up against Davis. Across the timeline behind the back dribble as he crosses midcourt. A reach-in foul there. They'll get Davis on that one. That'll be his second personal foul, first team foul on the Hawks. Figured at some point those fouls will start getting called on the reach-ins. Inbound to Mayhew on the left wing. Evan holds there against Ukachukwu. Now he'll dribble in the middle of the lane. The runner layup from the right side. What a take by Evan Mayhew. He took Ukachukwu all the way to the bucket. Now 4 points for Mayhew. Quickly back down come the Hawks, left wing. Smith has it. Jaden Smith kicks it out. Ukachukwu left baseline 3. It's long, no good. Evan Mayhew with the big rebound on the near side. Gives it off to Canfield. And Canfield will bring it across, covered by Jaden Smith. Gets across the timeline, 4:35 remaining, second quarter. Left wing to Bullion. Thompson tried to read the pass. Canfield tripped up, down to Mayhew on the baseline. Gives it over to Dupre. And now a timeout called by Coach Canfield here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 4.5 minutes are left, second quarter. 17-11, Georgetown leads it by 6. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues. Back out of the timeout. Coach Canfield called it there while Mayhew had it in the corner to reset the offense after Canfield had fallen to the ground. Bullion to inbound underneath the Eagle basket. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Bullion trying to inbound, gets it into Canfield, left baseline. Covered tightly there by Davis, dribbles around him into the lane, kicks it out to Dupre. And Dupre whistled for a traveling violation. So a turnover on the Eagles, back over to the Hawks. Davis will finally pick it up across the timeline. Up top to Amir Thompson, left wing. Jaden Smith off a screen into the lane. An 8-foot floater up, no good. Rebound Dupre for Georgetown. Dupre looks down court, but he'll dribble it up across the timeline. Jaden Smith covers him there. Goes over to Presley, right baseline. Presley thought about the drive, now will. All the way to the right block, puts one up. Can't get the foul, can't get the bucket. Rebound Ukachukwu, and here come the Hawks. Left wing, Davis, he'll stop and pop a three. It's a brick off the backboard, no rim. Canfield gets the rebound, loses it. Mayhew will save it to Dupre. The Eagles have it. Back to Canfield. Canfield will come across the timeline. Dribbles off a screen, gives it up to Presley, right baseline. He'll dribble up top, reset the offense. 3:40 left, second quarter. 17-11, Georgetown by 6. Esparza covers Presley. Presley will push through and dribble towards the left wing. Picks up his dribble, now goes to Mayhew on the left baseline. Mayhew, skip pass over to Canfield, fakes the right three, drives all the way in, up around Davis, can't get the layup to go, and a rebound by Thompson for the Hawks. Thompson across the timeline, top of the key, covered by Dupre, spins in the lane, loses his balance, and a steal by the Eagles, kicking ahead to Presley. The breakout layup is good. Q Presley now with 4 points in the ballgame. The beneficiary of that breakout there, the pass by Canfield, and a 19-11 lead for Georgetown. 2:59 remaining as the Hawks cross midcourt. Thompson has it up top, right wing to Esparza. Esparza holds there, up top to Jaden Smith, left wing's Thompson. Thompson back to Smith, back to Thompson up top, left wing to Davis. He'll get the screen into the free throw lane, but the shot blocked by Dupre. Nice defense there by Ryan. And Canfield comes away with the ball. He'll bring it across the timeline with 2:30 left here in the second quarter. Back it out. Give it off to Presley, and the Eagles reset the offense, leading by 8. Presley up top, picks up his dribble, tries to go to Dupre. Jaden Smith is still ahead to Thompson. He'll go up, lay it up, no good. Rebound Dupre, and Dupre will be fouled there on the rebound. They'll call that one on Jaden Smith. That'll be Jaden Smith's first personal foul, second team foul. And now a host of subs here for the Hawks. Coming into the ball game will be DiStefano, Clint Smith, and Thomas. 2:05 remaining. Here is Dupre, crosses the timeline, picked up by DiStefano, right wing to Canfield. Down low to Mayhew on the right lane, kick it out. Presley left wide open on the baseline for his three, can't get it to go. Ukachukwu the rebound for the Hawks. He'll bring it across the timeline, but his pass is booted by Q Presley out of bounds, so the Hawks will reset with 1:52 remaining in the second quarter. 19-11, Georgetown by 8. Jaden Smith inbounds to Thomas in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline. 1:45 now remaining, second quarter. Thomas off the screen, kicks it over. Jaden Smith, left baseline three. It's an air ball. Backside rebound by Canfield. Rips it free, spin out of the dribble, loses the ball, but Mayhew dives on the floor and gets it, and he'll get the timeout. Nice hustle there by Evan Mayhew, and the Eagles will save the possession with a quick 30-second timeout. 1:32 remaining, second quarter, 19-11. Georgetown leads it by 8. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Back here at Hendrickson High School, a minute 32 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Georgetown with the 8-point lead, 19-11. Georgetown will have the ball here at the near side. Front of the bench, Canfield to inbound. Throw it in deep to Presley, covered by Jaden Smith. Presley will bring it across the timeline. Right wing goes down to Mayhew on the baseline. Mayhew turns and looks. Backdoor cut by Presley, but it's batted out of bounds by DiStefano. And the Eagles will reset underneath their own bucket with 1:22 remaining here in the second quarter. Christensen to inbound. Screens it run. Christensen will throw it in high to Mayhew. He'll go up high and get it. He'll spin into the lane against the shorter Clint Smith. Kick it out to Canfield, right baseline. Outside the three-point line, the right wing. Now to Mayhew again. Mayhew spins into the lane, turns, dumps it down to Dupre. But a whistle and a traveling violation whistled on Mayhew. Mayhew was covered by Clint Smith in that exchange. Smith 6'2", Mayhew 6'9". No one really over 6'4" to cover Mayhew. So a battle for whoever gets him. Other than 6'5" Ukachukwu. Right wing, Jaden Smith has it. Looking down low for Ukachukwu. Now up top, DiStefano. Clint Smith on the left wing. Off the DiStefano screen. Dribbles up top. Doubled up. The pass off the ankle of Q Presley into the backcourt. So the Hawks will reset on the far side. 48.02 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 19-11. Georgetown the 8-point lead. DiStefano inbounds to Thomas in the backcourt. Back to DiStefano. He'll give it off to Clint Smith on the left wing. Now to Ukachukwu. Swing it all the way around. Jaden Smith looks for a cutting Clint Smith. Can't get it to him. Now Ukachukwu gives it off to Thomas on the left wing. Off the screen to the free throw line. Tries to dump it low and does. Into a double team. Ukachukwu forces one up. Can't get it to go. Ryan Dupre gets the rebound. Tries to kick it out. He's fouled. No call. And then Ukachukwu gets a layup, and they're going to call that foul on Ryan Dupre. Send Ukachukwu to the free throw line, and Coach Canfield is beside himself. So Ryan Dupre will pick up his first, team second. Ukachukwu knocks down his second field goal of the ball game. 19-13 now the score. Ukachukwu, the chance for a free throw here. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Dupre. Kicks it out to Christensen. Across the timeline. Dribbles towards the right side. He's going to be doubled up. Gets out of trouble to Presley, left wing. No one picks him up. Fires the three. Off the rim. No. He'll slow it down. Gives it off to DiStefano. 5 seconds. Across to Ukachukwu. Right wing. Fires the three. It's an air ball. Dupre with the rebound. And with a second left, a full court heave off the backboard. No good. And at the halftime, the Eagles lead it by 6. 19-13 over the Hendrickson Hawks. We'll take a timeout. We come back. Some halftime stats in the third quarter. Georgetown basketball brought to you here on the SHN Sports Network by First Responder Broadcasting. Thanks in part to Mack Hike Ford Lincoln, and thanks in part to Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your sponsors of Georgetown Eagle basketball here on the First Responder Broadcasting team. Quick timeout. Halftime is upon us. 19-13. Georgetown leads it. We'll be back in just a moment. back here at Hendrickson High School. Getting ready for the third quarter. That was a quick halftime. And the Hawks come out. Here come the Eagles out of the locker room. Let me get my glasses back on. At the half for the Hendrickson Hawks, Ukachukwu with 4 points. Thompson with 5, Davis with 4. That's all they're scoring for 13 for your Eagles. 4 for Presley, 2 for Canfield, 2 for Cooper Christensen, 5 for Ryan Dupre, 4 for Evan Mayhew, and 2 for Landry Bullion for the Eagles, 19. Both starting lineups on the floor for both teams. No, they are not. The Eagles have the starting 5 on the floor. For the Hendrickson Hawks, Trey Williams is on the bench, and Amir Thompson is in the starting lineup. Q Presley got the inbound, and his shot off the backboard, no good. And the Hawks have it to a cutting Davis. He dumps it down low to Quiller. Quiller can't get the shot to go, but he draws the foul. Foul was called on Kai Canfield. That's his first, team first. And Quiller back to the free throw line for the first time in the ball game. His free throw is no good. Quiller will get the second free throw to come here. Quiller readies, fires away. This one off the back iron, bounces around, no good. Ryan Dupre with the rebound for Georgetown. He'll give it off to Q Presley. Presley covered by Amir Thompson. He'll get it across the midcourt stripe. Gives it to Dupre on the right wing. He looks to drive all the way right side. The runner up, gets it to go. And Ryan Dupre with the first points of the second half, now with 7 in the ball game. 21-13, Georgetown by 8. 7:20 left here in the ball game in the third quarter. Up top, Quiller gives it off to Amir Thompson off a screen. Thompson right wing into the hands of Davis. Davis back to Thompson. Up top, Ukachukwu swing it around. Clint Smith has it on the left wing. Baseline to Quiller. Fakes the shot all the way in. The left side lays it up and in. Nice fake and nice drive by Quiller. His first 2 points of the ball game. 21-15. Georgetown by 6. Presley across the timeline. Backdoor pass to Dupre. He'll go up. Can't get the foul call, but gets the bucket. Nice strong move there by Dupre, and the Eagles take the lead right back to 8. Smith goes to Ukachukwu on the left block against Christensen into the lane. Pump fake, get him up in the air, gets the shot to go. And a nice move there by Ukachukwu. He has 6 in the ball game now. 23-17, Georgetown leads it. 6.5 minutes left, third quarter. Canfield has it right wing, goes down to Mayhew. Mayhew with Quiller on him to the right elbow, kicking out. Canfield left wing, back to Mayhew. He'll spin the middle of the lane. The jump shot, no good. Rebound batted free. Mayhew comes away with it. Tries to go low to Q Presley. Stolen by the Hawks. And here comes Quiller across the timeline. Dribbles to the right side and hands it off to Clint Smith. 6:05 remaining, third quarter. He'll give it off to Davis, right wing. Davis will back things out. Slow it down for the Hawks. Left wing into the hands of Ukachukwu. Off a screen from Thompson. Left elbow jumper by Ukachukwu is good. 23-19. The Hawks have cut it to 4. Ukachukwu now with 8 points in the ball game. Presley in the backcourt against Amir Thompson. Pressured tightly there. Presley will back it out. Gives it off to Dupre, top of the key. Left wing to Christensen. Into Mayhew at the left elbow. Spins on a backdoor cut to Canfield. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound Ukachukwu for the Hawks. He'll dribble into pressure. Tries to get rid of it and does. Across to Smith across the timeline left side. Dribbles left wing. Gives it off to Thompson on the baseline. Into Ukachukwu left block. Spins middle lane, pump fakes, gets Christensen up in the air, gets the bucket to go. 3 quick buckets in a row for Ukachukwu. And the Hawks have cut it back to a 2-point deficit, 21-23. Canfield across the timeline, left side. Gives it off to Christensen on the left wing. Up top to Dupre, off a high screen, fires the 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Mayhew, he'll go up and get it in. Mayhew with a nice rebound and put back, now with 6 points in the ball game. And the Eagles back to a 4-point lead. Right wing Davis, he'll drive in, right block, runs over Canfield, no call. And Davis gets the bucket. He now has 6 in the ball game. 25-23, Georgetown by 2. Presley pressured heavy by Thompson in the backcourt across the timeline. 4.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Gives it off to Canfield, right wing. Canfield Pass down low. Mayhew splits the double team. Fakes a man in the air. Can't get the shot to go and can't get a foul call. Ukachukwu comes away with it for the Hawks. He'll give it off to Davis. Davis across the timeline. Left wing to Smith. Clint heads it there. Skips it over to Quiller, right wing. Right baseline to Davis. He'll drive the baseline. Mayhew there. Skip pass out to Smith. Does a good job to save that one from going out of bounds. Now baseline to Quiller. He'll take the baseline three. It's an air ball. Canfield gets the rebound. Tries to get ahead to Dupre, but blocked by Davis out of bounds. And some substitutions here. As Landry Bullion will check in for the Eagles, and Trey Williams back on the floor for the Hawks, replacing Chris Davis, the sophomore. Far side, Dupre will inbound it to Presley in the backcourt. 3:55 remaining third quarter. Williams will pick up Presley. Presley across the timeline. Into Dupre, backdoor cut by Canfield. Up and around, can't get it to go, but it's off of Amir Thompson, who hadn't set himself back in court from being out of bounds. And so it goes off of Amir Thompson, and the Eagles will reset underneath their own bucket as DiStefano checks in for Amir Thompson for the Hawks. 3:45 remaining third quarter, 25-23, Georgetown by 2. Bullion to inbound, gets it into Canfield, right baseline, quick fire a three. God! Kai Canfield knocks down a big three. That's his first of the ball game, now with 5 points in the ball game. The Hawks quickly down the pass. The officials, no one could decide, so one official finally points Hendrickson, and they'll get the ball again underneath their own bucket. Trey Williams to inbound, 3:35 remaining. Skips it over. Clint Smith fakes, now backs out behind the three-point line. His shot no good. Landry Bullion gets the rebound. He'll hand it off to Ryan Dupre. Dupre will bring it up against DiStefano in the backcourt to the right wing. Skip pass over to Canfield left wing. He holds there, covered by Clint Smith. Looks to drive baseline and does. Around Smith, pump fake, gets him in the air. Get the bucket and the foul. What a take. Kai Canfield headed to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play, and a big shot there by Canfield. He got the layup, drew the foul on Clint Smith. And he'll go back to the free throw line, or to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Will Canfield. And this one nothing but net. So the Eagle lead back up to 8 quickly after Canfield knocks down the bucket and the free throw, 31-23. DiStefano has it left wing. Gives it off to Williams. He'll dribble up from the corner, top, skip it over to Quiller right wing. Right baseline, Ukachukwu. Looks to drive into the lane, double teamed. Spins around, goes up, throws it off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound back, throws it up, loop-de-loop, can't get it to go. Rebound tip free, Williams has it for the Hawks. Back to Ukachukwu on the baseline. 2:45 remaining, third quarter. Back to Williams, right wing. Hawks moving it around the right side now. Ukachukwu, deep three from the right side. Long, no good. Q Presley with the rebound for the Eagles. Presley will bring it up. Gets it across to Canfield, left wing. Down on the baseline to Mayhew. He'll hold there. Dribbled into the left block. Picks up the dribble. Up top to Bullion. Bullion holds there, spins out. Now around his man, and he's pickpocketed from behind. And they're going to call it off of Bullion, out of bounds. So a turnover on the Eagles as Carter checks in for the Hawks for Quiller. So on the floor for the Eagles, Presley, Canfield, Bullion, Dupre, and Mayhew. On the floor for the Hawks is DiStefano, Williams, Clint Smith, Ukachukwu, and Carter. 2:15 remaining third quarter. 31-23, Georgetown by 8. And now a timeout whistled, called by the coach, Keenan Dvorak, for the Hawks. He'll take a full timeout. 2:11 left third quarter. Georgetown 31, Hendrickson 23. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Georgetown basketball is brought to you by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln of Georgetown and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Georgetown. Your sponsors that bring you all action of Georgetown Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. Thank you to Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for your support. Go out and see all of the guys there at Mack Hike Ford Lincoln, Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's where we take our Jeep Wrangler for all its maintenance and service needs. The Hawks get it off the inbound from the timeout. 2:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Right wing, Clint Smith holds there against Canfield. Now a zone defense for the Eagles. DiStefano to Williams, left wing. Up top, Clint Smith, right wing, DiStefano to the baseline. Dump into Ukachukwu, and he'll get the kind roll. Ukachukwu with 8 points in the quarter, 12 in the ball game. And a 31-25 lead for Georgetown, now by 6. Canfield across the timeline. Gives it up top to Presley, near mid right baseline. Cut off there. Gets it into Mayhew, but tipped away from behind by Carter into the hands of Ukachukwu. Now to Williams. The Hawks across the timeline. Williams to the right elbow, kicking out. DiStefano, right baseline three, good. 31-28, and that quickly takes the 8-point lead down to 3. DiStefano's first points of the ball game. Presley in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline. And there's a foul there by Trey Williams. They're finally going to call that foul after they let it go the whole first half and most of the third quarter. That's Trey Williams' first personal foul, first team foul. Eagles will inbound as Charles Johnson comes into the ball game along with Cooper Christensen. Presley and Mayhew check out. Inbound to the backcourt to Kai Canfield. DiStefano will pick him up. 1 minute left, third quarter, 1 minute. Canfield, top of the key. Goes to Johnson, right side, loses the ball. And it's Ukachukwu with it for the Hawks. Ahead to Clint Smith, left wing. Looks to drive into the lane. Back in Dupre. Little floater up, no good. Dupre with the rebound. Off to Canfield with 45 seconds left in the quarter. Canfield across the timeline. Stops on the left wing. And now being told to back it out. Gives it off to Charles Johnson, right side, back to Canfield. The Eagles are going to go for one shot here with 33 seconds left, third quarter. Canfield to Johnson. Charles dribbles towards the middle. Now we'll give it back to Canfield, right side. His man falls down. Canfield to the free throw line. Skip it over to Christensen, left baseline. Up top to Bouillon. Now Canfield. And the Eagles reset with 16 seconds remaining in the quarter. And there's a foul whistled on Clint Smith on the reach-in. That'll be Smith's first personal foul, second team foul on the Hawks here in quarter number 3. Smith will check out as Amir Thompson checks back in for the Hendrickson Hawks. 15.2 seconds remaining. Inbound to the backcourt to Cooper Christensen. Across the timeline, 10 seconds remaining. Dribbles towards the right side. Give it off to, tries to get it to Canfield. Now to Dupre at the right elbow. Ukachukwu slaps it away from Dupre. Call the foul there. And a scramble for the ball. It comes up. Christensen throws it up. Right after the buzzer, they'll wave it off, and the third quarter comes to an end. 31-28, Georgetown by 3 at the end of 3. We'll take a timeout. We come back. Fourth quarter action here on the SHN Sports Network. For quarter number 4, the Eagles and the Hawks from Hendrickson High School, 31-28. Georgetown leads it. Williams, DiStefano, Carter, Thompson, and Ukachukwu on the floor for the Hawks. Presley, Bouillon, Johnson, Dupre, and Christensen on the floor for the Eagles. Williams drives in, kicks it out to DiStefano on the right baseline. Now up to Ukachukwu, right wing. Up top to Williams, left wing, into the hands of Carter. Tries to drive in, ball slap free, but into the hands of Williams. He'll give it off to Carter, drives in, blocked by Dupre. DiStefano there for the follow-up, but can't get it to go. And Bullion gets the rebound, and he'll be fouled there. The foul whistled on number 15. That's on Carter. It's his third. Hendrickson first foul here in the fourth quarter. Landry Bullion will inbound. Full court pressure now from the Hawks here in the fourth quarter with 7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Full court man-to-man defense. Williams picks up Presley. Presley across the timeline. Tries to go in. He's knocked to the ground. No foul call. Carter has it to the right wing. Slows it down up to Williams, but stolen by Cooper Christensen. Here comes Cooper from the left side. He's undercut, and that should be a big foul there. He undercut Cooper once he jumped. Cooper hits the ground hard. Hopefully he's all right. It'll be a foul on Trey Williams, his second Hawk foul. Cooper Christensen to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the ball game. His only 2 points in the game tonight came from the free throw line in the first quarter. Cooper's first free throw here is good. 32-28, a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Quiller back in for Carter for the Eagles. Dupre and Charles Johnson come out. Mayhew and Canfield back on the floor for Georgetown. Cooper Christensen's second free throw, good as well. And a 5-point lead for Georgetown now. 33-28. Christensen with 4 points in the ball game. Thompson across the timeline, middle of the floor, covered by Cooper. Over to Quiller, right wing. Quiller up top to Ukachukwu. Left wing to the hands of Williams. Covered by Canfield, up top to Thompson. Thompson on Cooper, drives in, kicks it out to Quiller, left wing. Tries to drive on Mayhew into the middle of the lane. Tries to go around him, can't do it. Blocked by Mayhew. Canfield saves it. And then whistled by the baseline official, stepping on the end line. So the Eagles turn it over back to the Hawks. 6:47 left in the ball game. 5-point lead for Georgetown. Williams to inbound for the Hawks. Gets it into Thompson, left wing. He'll take the three. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, long one into the hands of Quiller. Williams has it, now to Ukachukwu on the baseline. Tries to back in, Bullion kicks it out. Thompson drives baseline, tries to put it up, and gets it to go. Amir Thompson now has 7 of the ball game. 33-30, Georgetown by 3. Presley in the backcourt. Across the timeline, left wing, gives it off to Christensen, down to Mayhew, but it's stolen by Quiller. Christensen gets it back, ball loose, Mayhew on the floor for it. And now a jump ball called here. The Eagles will get possession off the alternating possession. Ryan Dupre checks back in for Cooper Christensen. So Presley, Bullion, Dupre, Mayhew, and Canfield on the floor for the Eagles. Bullion to Canfield, left baseline, left open three, too strong, no good. Rebound Ukachukwu for the Hawks, gives it off to Williams across the timeline. Williams top of the key, looks to drive, kick it out. DiStefano, right baseline three, it's off the rim, no good. Ukachukwu gets the rebound, blocked from behind by Dupre. But they're going to bail out the Hawks with a foul on Dupre, his second personal, first team foul on the Eagles. Ukachukwu to the free throw line. 0 for 1 from the free throw line in the ball game is Ukachukwu. He has 12 points on the night, 8 of them coming in the third quarter. Ukachukwu's first free throw rattles up and in, 33-31. Ukachukwu, the 6'5 junior, 13 points in the ball game. Ready for his second free throw. It's on the way. This one good as well. Down to a 1-point lead now for Georgetown. Canfield, right wing, up top to Dupre. Ryan holds there. Skip it over to Presley on the right wing. Q holds against Thompson. Into Dupre, right elbow. Splits 2 defenders, ball slap free. Dupre backs him down, right block, up and in. Ryan Dupre now with 11 in the ball game. Nice take there by the junior. And the Eagle lead 3. Thompson drives in, his shot blocked by Landry Bullion. Gets his own rebound, kicks it ahead to Canfield, but it's out of bounds. Led Canfield a little too much, turned over right at midcourt. So the Hawks will get the ball back. 5:26 remaining in the ball game. Georgetown by 3, 35-32. Trey Williams gets the inbound. He'll bring it across the timeline for the Hawks. Dribbles towards the right wing. Off a screen, down low, a little high floater over Mayhew. No good. Rebound to Ryan Dupre. Ryan will clear it out and bring it up against Ukachukwu. At the midcourt strike, now to the middle of the floor. 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Gives it off to Canfield, right side. Canfield dribbles against Thompson. Kicks it over to Dupre on the left side. Reach in there by Ukachukwu. That's a big foul. That's only his first. But that's the third team foul on the Hawks. So the Eagles just 2 fouls away from going to the free throw line the rest of the ball game. You'd love to get the free points. Landry Bouillon to inbound for Georgetown. He'll get it into Mayhew. Evan will give it off to Ryan Dupre. He'll drive left baseline. Pumps his man up in the air. Off the glass. Good. Ryan Dupre, 13 in the ball game. In the lead, back up to 5 for Georgetown, 37-32. Thompson across the timeline, center of the floor. Outside the three-point line, covered by Dupre. Left wing to Quiller. Sets the screen. Quiller dribbles off it up top to DiStefano. Ball slap free, and now a tap foul there. It's amazing the fouls that are getting called. Both sides of the ball tonight. The tap foul gets called there on Q Presley, his first, team second. But then the fouls where they're hand checking and riding them down the floor are let go. And so it's just amazing what gets called both sides of the ball. Inbound to DiStefano, doubled up. Dupre, good defense. Blocks the pass into the hands of Q Presley. Bouillon back to Presley across the timeline. Right wing, Dupre. Dribbles against his man, skip it over to Canfield, left wing. Up top to Bouillon. Eagles slow it down. Q Presley at the free throw line. Fakes his man, drives to the block, tries to go up, falls to the ground as he throws it up. They're going to call it on the floor. They're going to call it on Trey Williams. That'll be his third personal foul. And that's the fourth team foul on the Hawks here in the fourth quarter. So the Eagles will be shooting free throws the rest of the way with the foul from the Hawks. Bouillon to inbound. Baseline to Dupre. Picks his dribble up, kicks it up top to Presley. Eagles reset. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Canfield has it right wing. DiStefano covers him there. Dribbles against DiStefano, off to Presley in the right baseline. He'll spin baseline on Thompson, go in, tries to lay it up, can't get it to go. No foul called there. Kick it ahead. Could have been a charge or a block. Thompson, left block, tries to force it up, no good. Landry Bouillon gets the rebound, but it's slapped away by Thompson, and the Hawks get it back. Ukachukwu, left wing. He'll slow it down to Williams. Up top, right wing to DiStefano. Off a screen, fires the three. Long, no good, rebound by Quiller, out to Williams, left wing Thompson. He'll drive, throw one up, but it's a foul whistled on the floor. That'll be on Kai Canfield. That'll be his second personal foul, third team foul on the Eagles. And now some substitutions here as Davis, Clint Smith, and Esparza come in for the Hawks, replacing Quiller, Thompson, and DiStefano. Landry Bouillon takes his seat as Cooper Christensen checks in for Georgetown. Inbound to Esparza outside the left wing, up top to Davis. Right wing into the hands of Ukachukwu. Up top Esparza. 3:10 left, fourth quarter. Davis all the way in, throws one up over Canfield. Canfield tries to draw the charge, no call. Davis gets the bucket, now 8 in the ball game for Davis. And a 3-point lead for Georgetown, 37-34. Presley around his man, drops it low. Mayhew assists Presley, bucket Mayhew. That's a big one there for the Georgetown Eagles. The lead back to 5. Quickly ahead, Clint Smith, right wing, back to Williams. Up top, drives in the lane, the floater up, gets it to go. Trey Williams knocks it down, his first points of the ball game. Cuts it back to a 3-point lead for the Eagles with 2:37 left in the ball game. Georgetown 39, Hendrickson 36. Timeout here on the floor. We'll take it with them. Georgetown basketball continues in a moment. timeout. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. Georgetown with the 3-point lead, 39-36. Eagles have it underneath the Hawk basket. Presley to inbound, gets it to Canfield, covered by Davis. There comes the hand checking, riding the offensive player. Now the block called on Davis. That's his third, and that'll send Kai Canfield to the free throw line. 4-2 free throws. Canfield on the night, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 8 points on the night. Opportunity here with 2:31 left in the ball game for the Eagles to take advantage of these free throws. Kai comes set, first free throw on the way, long off the back iron, no good. One more free throw coming for Canfield here. Kai readies, fires away, the free throw is up and good. 4-point lead for the Eagles. 40-36, Canfield with 9 in the ball game. Quickly down, Clint Smith up top to Davis. Right wing to Esparza. Esparza tries to dribble on Presley, cut off. Picks up his dribble, right wing to Clint Smith. Up top to Davis, Hawks reset. Davis looks to drive on Mayhew, stops, dumps it down low to Esparza, cutting back door. He got behind his man and lays it up and in. Esparza, his first points of the ball game. 40-38, Georgetown by 2, 1:55 remaining. And a steal by Trey Williams against Presley. Dumps it to Ukachukwu, and he dunks it in. And they call the foul. They're going to call the foul on Q Presley. And the Hawks have a chance to take their first lead of the ball game. As Ukachukwu now has 14 in the ball game, or 16 in the ball game. As he readies for his free throw to come here on an old-fashioned three-point attempt. Free throw from Ukachukwu, short off the iron. Cooper Christensen with the rebound. And Ukachukwu returns the foul and goes over the back of Cooper Christensen. And Cooper will walk the other end to get 2 free throws. Christensen 4 for 4 on the night. From the free throw line, all 4 of his points coming from the free throw line. 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the ball game, tied up at 40 apiece. Now the lane gets set. Cooper Christensen readies for his first free throw attempt. On the way, and it's off the back iron, no good. Landry Bullion will check in for the Eagles for Evan Mayhew. Christensen with one more free throw to come here. Free throw on the way, can't get it to go. Rebound Ukachukwu, kicks it off to Davis. They'll give it to Williams, and the Hawks will have it with 1:45 remaining. Williams will bring it across the timeline, picked up by Canfield. And now a timeout by Coach Dvorak, a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:40 left here in the ballgame, 40-40 your score. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. The timeout. Hendrickson will inbound on the near side by the scorer's table. Davis into the backcourt to Williams, covered by Canfield. Back to Davis. Davis looks to drive into the lane, dumps it down low. Ukachukwu shot blocked from behind, gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. And Hendrickson has their first lead, 42-40. Ukachukwu now has 16 in the ball game. 18 in the ball game. Christensen has it. Now to Presley, into Dupre. He's knocked down from behind by Ukachukwu. Coach Canfield trying to find out how you don't call a foul there. Ukachukwu came over the back of Dupre. So Coach Canfield will take the timeout. And we'll take it with him. 1 minute, 9 seconds left here in the ball game. A full timeout, and we'll take the break. Eagles trail by 2, 42-40. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Georgetown Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network is sponsored by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Here with First Responder Broadcasting, bringing you all the Eagle basketball. Friday night we'll be back at Georgetown High School when Cedar Creek, the Eagles of Cedar Creek, come into Georgetown High School to take on the Eagles of Georgetown. 1:09 left. Christensen inbound. Georgetown trails by 2. Christensen inbounds it to Dupre, right wing. He'll drive in the lane, goes up, gets the bucket. No foul call there, but a good take by Dupre. Now with 6 in the quarter, and the Eagles tie it up, 42-42. 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. Davis shakes his man to the right elbow. The jumper up, too strong. Evan Mayhew gets the rebound, gives it off to Canfield. And Georgetown has the ball with 40 seconds remaining. Canfield across the timeline, covered by Amir Thompson. Down to Dupre, covered by Esparza on the left baseline. Spins in the lane, puts it up contested. Blocked by Thompson, and here come the Hawks. Williams ahead to Esparza. And now a timeout called by Dvorak with 25.9 seconds remaining in the ball game. 42-42 your score. A full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back with more Eagle basketball. We're back here live. Hendrickson High School. Hendrickson 42, Georgetown 42. 25.98 seconds remaining. The Hawks will have the ball on the far side to inbound, just on their side of half court. On the floor, Bullion, Christensen, Dupre, Canfield, and Presley for your Georgetown Eagles. Davis, Thompson, Williams, Ukachukwu, and Esparza on the floor for the Hawks. Davis inbounds into the backcourt to Williams. Canfield will pick him up. It goes to Amir Thompson, left side. Back to Davis, or back to Williams, left side. He'll dribble up top, push a man through with 14 seconds remaining. Over to Davis on the right side, covered by Cooper Christensen. Now to Thompson, 8 seconds on the clock. Thompson dribbles against Bullion, right elbow into the lane, the spinner up, no good. Rebound by Christensen. Cooper throws it length of the three-quarter court, and it's no good, and we go to overtime. At the end of regulation, 42-42. We'll take a timeout. We come back, overtime, here on the SHN Sports Network. And we're back here, Hendrickson High School. We go to overtime. 42-42. Georgetown will have the starting 5 on the floor. Mayhew will tip it. It's off the referee's head, and Canfield comes away with it. He'll go down to the right side. Reverse layup, and he's taken to the floor hard by Ukachukwu. No play on the ball, but they'll call it just a common foul. Ukachukwu picks up his third. Canfield to the free throw line for 2 shots. Canfield with 9 in the ball game. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Chance to give Georgetown the first lead of the overtime. 4 minutes in the overtime period. Canfield ready. First free throw on the way is good. 43-42. Georgetown leads it by 1. Canfield with 1 more free throw to come here in the ball game. Guy's free throw on the way, good as well. 44-42, Georgetown. The 2-point lead. Canfield with 11 in the ball game. Thompson, Davis, Williams, Ukachukwu, and Clint Smith on the floor for the Hendrickson Hawks here in the overtime period. Ukachukwu left wing, covered by Dupre. Up top to Williams, right wing, Clint Smith. Up top to Amir Thompson, left wing to Davis. Drives into the free throw line, kicks it out, Ukachukwu, now to Clint Smith on the right wing. 3.5 minutes left in the overtime period to a cutting Davis, right elbow into the lane, drops the shoulder, tries to go up, and gets it in. Davis with his 10th point of the ball game, ties it up at 44, 3:15 remaining. Canfield in the backcourt, covered by Davis. He'll get across the timeline to Christensen on the left wing, up top to Dupre. He's wide open, fires the 3. Good! Ryan Dupre, 16 points in the ball game. Knocks down a big 3, 47-44. Left wing Thompson, 2:55 remaining in the overtime. Right wing to Ukachukwu. Drives into the lane, up over Mayhew, can't get it to go. Rebound tip free, Dupre comes away with it for Georgetown. He's doubled up, can't get rid of it. And finally a timeout called by Coach Canfield as he was trying to save the possession. Great rebound there by Dupre. And with 2:46 remaining in the overtime period, Georgetown leads it by 3, 47-44. Timeout on the floor. Eagle basketball continues in just a moment. Basketball here in overtime. Brought to you by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln, Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Georgetown with a 3-point lead thanks to a big 3-pointer by Ryan Dupre. And a big rebound there on the missed shot by the Hawks. Eagles will inbound. Full court pressure applied. Dupre will get the inbound. Thompson covers him. Dupre behind the back across the timeline. All the way into the lane. Kicks it out. Presley right wing thinks about the 3. He'll slow it down. Up top to Canfield. 2.5 minutes left in the overtime period. Canfield looks to drive on Davis. Does to the right elbow. Stop and pop. It's up. No good. Rebound on the backside. Ukachukwu off to Davis. Here come the Hawks with 2:20 left in the half. Dupre on the steal. The cross-court pass to the left wing. Skip it over into a cutting Christensen. He'll slow it down. Out to Presley right wing, and the Eagles will slow it down. 2:10 left here in the overtime. Presley will hand it off to Canfield. He'll back it out near midcourt, covered by Amir Thompson. Over to Dupre, covered by Davis. Dupre out near midcourt, looks to drive all the way in and does. The left-handed runner, no good. Clint Smith the rebound. His pass over to Williams. Here come the Hawks, 1:50 remaining. Kick it over, Clint Smith, left wing, fires the 3. It's an air ball, backside rebound. Ukachukwu, his shot blocked by Mayhew, but that will draw the foul. They're going to call it on Evan Mayhew. That's his first personal foul. And that'll send Ukachukwu to the free throw line for 2 shots. He has 18 points in the ball game. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 2 shots coming here for the junior. with 1:45 remaining in overtime, trailing by 3. Ukachukwo's first free throw on the way is good. Now with 19 points in the night. Mayhew will check out. Landry Bullion back in for Georgetown. Presley, Christensen, Canfield, Dupre, and Bullion on the floor for Georgetown. Ukachukwo's free throw on the way. It is no good. Rebound Christensen. He'll give it off to Ryan Dupre, and he'll bring it across the timeline for the Eagles into the hands of Q Presley. Presley out there midcourt, covered by Williams. Picks up the dribble, right wing to Bullion. Back to Presley, 1.5 remaining in overtime. Presley looks to dribble and does. Dumps it down low, but it's out of the reach of Dupre. Esparza with the steal, and here come the Hawks. 47-45, Georgetown by 2 ahead. Clint Smith, right baseline, passes on the shot. Swing it around, Esparza, left baseline to Ukachukwu. Up to Amir Thompson on the left wing, covered by Cooper. Thompson looks to go, drives, jumps over Q Presley, and Q takes the charge. Amir Thompson called for the offensive foul. That's his first, and the ball back over to Georgetown with 1:05 remaining in overtime. And now Coach Canfield will take a full timeout. 47-45, Georgetown leads it by 2 with 1:05 left in the overtime period. We'll take the timeout, be back with more Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Georgetown will have the ball in the Hendrickson end of the court with 1:05 remaining here in the overtime period. 47-45, Georgetown by 2. Bullion to inbound. We'll get it into Canfield, doubled up. Dribbles to the corner, up to Presley. Presley's doubled up, dribbles out of trouble. Ahead to Dupre across the timeline. Ryan will slow it down over right wing to Bullion. Back to Dupre near midcourt with 50 seconds remaining. Dupre will drive, and there's the foul by Clint Smith. His second personal foul. Dupre to the free throw line for the 2 shots. Dupre 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. 16 points in the ball game. A chance to make it a 2-possession game if he can make them both. 48.63 seconds remaining here in the ball game in overtime. First free throw from Dupre, in and out, no good. Dupre with one more free throw to come here. Sets the feet, a dribble, and the free throw on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound DiStefano. Gives it off to Williams. 45 seconds remaining in overtime. Williams across the timeline, looks to drive. Up and under, blocked by Bullion, out of bounds. Hendrickson inbound on the baseline underneath their own bucket. Nice defense there by Landry. 39.76 seconds remaining in overtime. And Coach Dvorak will call the timeout as well. So all the timeouts being spent here in overtime. A close one, 47-45, Georgetown by 2 with 39.76 seconds left in the overtime period. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Back here live, Hendrickson High School. Georgetown 47, Hendrickson 45. We're in the overtime. Just under a minute remaining. 39.76 seconds remaining. Hendrickson to inbound on their own baseline under their basket. Williams tries to get it into DiStefano. Good defense by Q Presley. Knocks it out of bounds. Second comes off the clock. 38.76 seconds remaining. Williams to inbound. Gets it into Ukachukwu. Now up top to Williams. 33 seconds remaining. Williams now to Ukachukwu. Right elbow extended out to DiStefano. Back to Ukachukwu. Loses it. Gets it back. Right block. Out to DiStefano. Fires the corner three. Go! DiStefano knocks it down. His second three-pointer of the ball game. 6 points on the night for DiStefano, and none bigger as he knocks it down, and Hendrickson takes the 1 point lead. 48-47 with 21.57 seconds remaining. So we'll keep it here for this quick 30-second timeout. Georgetown basketball brought to you by Mack Hike, Ford Lincoln, and Mack Hike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Go visit our sponsors of Georgetown Eagle basketball and the first responder broadcast team. For all your automotive needs, our Jeep Wrangler handled only at Mack Hike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. So the Eagles will have to inbound it and take it the length of the court, down by one with just over 21 seconds remaining. Presley, Bullion, Canfield, Dupre, and Christensen on the floor for the Eagles. DiStefano, Ukachukwu, Williams, Thompson, and Esparza on the floor for the Hawks. Inbound to Canfield. 18 seconds remaining. He's in the backcourt, covered by Thompson. Across the time, off a high screen, Canfield all the way down, the runner up, in! Kai Canfield knocks it down. Timeout with 7 seconds remaining. Kai Canfield off the Dupre screen gets the layup to take the 1 point lead. 49-48. Canfield with 13 of the ball game, and those two the biggest of the night, as it gives Georgetown the 1 point lead with 7 seconds remaining. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball back in just a minute. Here live, Hendrickson High School. We're in overtime. Georgetown takes a 1 point lead, 49-48, with 7.08 seconds remaining, as Kai Canfield hits the runner from the right side. And now the Hawks have to bring it the entire length of the court and get a shot off in 7 seconds. Amir Thompson inbound to Williams. Williams on the run. At the midcourt, dribbles towards the top, loses it, gets it back. Bullion left wing, dumps it to Smith off his hands, and that's the buzzer. Turnover on the Hawks, and the Eagles come away with a 1 point win, 49-48. What a ball game. Another big road win for your Georgetown Eagles here in District 23 play. They started it off with a win against the Conley Cougars on December the 21st and pick up a big road win at Hendrickson tonight to go to 4-0 in district play. Undefeated amongst the top now. No one else undefeated in district as the Hendrickson Hawks pick up their first district loss, and they are 3-1 in district play. 16-9 on the year. Your Eagles improved to 18-6 on the season. The next action for your Eagles will be Friday night back home at Georgetown High School when the Cedar Creek Eagles come into town to take on your Georgetown Eagles. A big night here on the road for the Eagles. A win in overtime, 49-48 in overtime over the Hendrickson Hawks. And what a performance by your Georgetown Eagles of perseverance. They got behind finally there in the fourth quarter at the end. They knocked down a big bucket there. Kai Canfield, the runner, with 7 seconds remaining. And Georgetown holds on to get the victory by 1. On the night for the Hawks. Scoring-wise, 2 for Esparza, 2 for Williams, 2 for Quiller, 6 for DiStefano, 7 for Thompson, 10 for Davis, and leading all scorers in the ballgame is number 4, Ukachukwu. He had 19 points in the ballgame. Your Georgetown Eagles had 2 points from Landry Bullion, 4 from Christensen, 4 from Presley, 13 from Kai Canfield, 8 from Evan Mayhew, and 16 points. Leading the way is Ryan Dupre. The Eagles shot 45% from the field, 25% from behind the arc, unlike what they've been shooting the last few games. But they get it done with 59% free throw shooting, 40% from the field tonight, 20 turnovers on the night, but a big night of rebounding. 40 rebounds for the Eagles tonight. And I tell you what, we're going to look here at the stats. Kept Ryan Dupre, 18 points on the night. I had him for 16, and I may have it wrong. But he had 15 rebounds on the night, a double-double for your 6'6 junior Ryan Dupre. Kai Canfield finishes the ball game with 13 points, 5 rebounds. And then Evan Mayhew had a big night of 7 rebounds, 8 points there, assist for him. And Q Presley with the 4 points, but with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and drew a charge. Quick timeout. We'll come back. Kai Canfield joins us, and Coach Canfield. We'll be right back here on the SHN Sports Network. We're back here at Hendrickson High School, and we're joined by Kai Canfield. I tell you what, it's what dreams are made of. That's what you imagine, drawing it up in your head when you have to hit that game-winning shot. 7.05 seconds remaining, the runner from the right side. Talk us through that play.
My dad drew it up. It's just our late game play, and he was like, Kai, you taking the ball up. And it's usually Q, but he's like, Kai, I trust you. You got it. So I came off that screen. They switched, and I was like, oh, I'm wide open, and I took it all the way. My heart rate's still – it's beating.
A big game tonight to come on the road in District 23. Now 2 wins at home, 2 wins on the road, both in overtime. Yep. Talk about the way this team continued to fight when you finally gave up the lead in the fourth quarter, but then come back to send it to overtime and then pick up a big win. Talk about the perseverance of this team to continue to fight even when things started to turn on you guys.
Oh, yeah, we're a competitive team, so we're going to fight the whole time. And our goal is to go undefeated in district, and we were not losing that tonight. We weren't.
Kai Canfield has a big night, none bigger than the 2 points with 7 seconds left in overtime to give the Eagles the 49-48 win. Big shout-out tonight before I let you go.
Shout out my dad.
Kai Canfield, big night, baby. Good job, Kai. And now joined by Coach Canfield. I tell you what, Coach, woo! One team remains undefeated in district, and that's your Georgetown Eagles. And they don't ask how, they just ask how many. And right now it's 4-0 with 2 big road wins in this district against 2 good teams. 2 teams that are tied for second in this district at 3-1. Talk about I think first and foremost, Kai, with that beautiful take there at the end, you couldn't draw that up any better. You couldn't ask for a better play. Talk about the fight of this team to give up the lead late in the fourth quarter, to come back, to not give up and get down on themselves, but to come back and fight for overtime and then get this big win.
Well, there are a couple timeouts that they're so stinking competitive that I had to settle them down and say, hey, let's refocus. We're good. It's okay. And then, we talked about that last possession for Hendrickson. A 3 is going to hurt us. A 2 won't. We'll have another overtime. And then he gets loose and nails a 3. But our guys, enough credit to just refocus, capture what we've been doing, and I told Kai in the timeout, use the screen. Ryan was going to flare and get downhill, and he made that with contact, and I just that's a huge play. Awesome for a dad to see senior son make that play. and finish the game.
That was a fun one to call. What a take and what confidence in Kai in and of himself to take that strong to the hole, knowing he's probably going to experience some contact there. Talk about this team. All of a sudden, things didn't go well shooting tonight. The percentages weren't as high. The timely shots were there. Ryan Dupre with a big three to open up overtime. Kai's big shot at the end. But talk about this team. Even when things weren't going easy, this team continues to fight, and it seems like they just continue to come together more and more each and every game.
In this, early in the game, we're trying to dribble through people. When we get a loose ball, honestly, when the score was halftime score was at 19-13. Honestly, I thought it could have been 30-13. Yeah. I thought we had a lot of opportunities, and we did not control the basketball. And we talked about loose ball, just go get it. Possession is so important, so valuable. And, man, they started doing it. And, Evan rebounding, changing shots. Ryan rebounding, hitting some clutch shots. Q getting steals and breakaways. And, I just give all our guys credit. Our bench was loud and supportive. Great game, great atmosphere.
Friday night, Cedar Creek comes in. Another test for this team, an athletic team in Cedar Creek that's done good things on the year so far. What does this team look for Friday night against the Cedar Creek Eagles?
They've got two guys that are as good as any in our district, and so we've got to do another great job of stepping up and defending. I mean, we held them to 13 points in the first half. I mean, we on the defensive end, we did an incredible job. We just got to continue to manufacture our defensive stops, our rotations, our touches, and go from there.
This team continues to go 1-0. We'll look forward again on Friday night back home against Cedar Creek. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Scott Day, Casey Canfield, I know they're watching at home. Appreciate y'all. Keep on watching.
Congrats, Coach.
Right, thank you.
Friday night, the Eagles will try to go 1-0 again to improve to 5-0 in district play. This Eagle team continues their winning ways on an 8-game winning streak to stay undefeated in District 23 at 4-0. We'll call it a night here from Hendrickson High School. Thanks for joining us. Friday night, come to join us in the gym, Georgetown High School. If you can't be there, live on the SHNSports Network, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock is the tip. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. And remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.